Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're on our Simple Abundance path this year with Sarah Ban Beathnach's book, Simple Abundance. And we are now exploring the senses, one after the other. Yesterday we talked about the conscious awareness of the senses. And I wonder if you sat down and did any journaling like I suggested. If not, now's your chance because we're going to be going through each of the senses in her various entries. Today's entry, April 23rd, is called Smells Like Home. And I tried to set up the camera here because I've got my favorite Nag Champa incense going. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I guess a little bit when I look over you can see some of the smoke coming from it. That's one of the things that my home always smells like because I love Nag Champa. I mentioned to you that I enjoy essential oils. I have certain ones that I like to blend together. Two of my favorites are the Young Living Oil brand. They make one called Thieves, which is like a cinnamon sort of clove smell. And I mix it with peppermint, which smells really good. And then there are various blends that you can get from all different oil companies. Like I have one actually going right now in the other area of my office that's called Optimism. So you can buy ones that are like sleep. I think I have Women's Balance. I have various different ones. So I love smells. Like I think it is probably one of the senses that I'm more conscious of because I even have lavender spray that I'll spray around. And thank you for those that shared in the comments some of the things that you guys do with scents. That seemed to hit a chord with some of the viewers. So in today's entry, she's taking again from Diana Ackerman, who wrote the Natural History of the Senses book that I still need to check out. And Sarah also tells us some of these things we can't do because a lot of the stores are not open right now, but she gives us suggestions in this entry about things like places that you might go that have certain smells. Like she mentions a bookstore. I think about the library having a smell. I think about going to a nursery. I mean like where plants are, not where babies are. The babies nursery probably has a smell too. And actually on that note, there are a lot of people that just love the smell of babies too. She mentioned some things that I said yesterday too about like being conscious of the things that you're putting on the stove when you're cooking and getting in those spices and maybe doing some of the mold things. Like she got into she said cloves, orange rind, and cinnamons and apples. I love the fall because I think about, well, pumpkin smells really good, and when it's like pumpkin pie cooking or something, and then apple cider. I like to sometimes do apple cider with the mulling spices and just have it going in the crock pot, and it just makes the house smell so good. Or what about chocolate chip cookies in the oven? Or breads, she mentions too. Smells, I think, are definitely associated with food in a lot of ways. And maybe that is what you associate with home as well. Could be something though, like the smell of fresh laundry. Could be a dirty dog smell if you like that and you have one in your house. So I hope you're thinking about smells today. I hope even if you can't go out and explore some of the places that she mentions or restaurants that you like to go to, that you can still take in some nature smells, like the smell of the grass that we're starting to smell again. And I love the smell of pine too, especially when I think of Christmas time and having a fresh tree in the house with the smell of pine. And they even make so many sprays that you can spray around to just have those smells. It's funny too, she mentioned, I must have just remembered this from reading the book before. She said the same thing I did yesterday about how the fact that like you smell something and it can take you back in memory to a certain time in your life. Like I think about certain like male colognes or whatever that I associate for sure with certain people that I've smelled in the past. So I hope you're thinking about smells. We'll be going through the rest of the other senses as we go along in each entry. But give some thought to this. Think about how you can bring scents that make you feel comfortable and happy and bring that smell of home even somewhere else. Like somebody gave me, I don't use those chemical things that you put in the car that make your car smell good. I don't like to inhale toxins and things like that. But I took the insert out of one that someone gave me. It was shaped like a heart. And I just take a cotton ball or paper towel or something and saturate it with one of the essential oils that I like. And then I put that on my visor in the car. So I have a smell in the car too that I like. And even thinking about like the scents that you're choosing for your hair products, making sure that you like the smell. And then you could even spray some essential oils in your hair too. That's just reminding me, my nephew, he's a teenager, but one time he hugged me and I can't remember how he qualified it, but something to the effect that like I smelled like a hippie, you know, and not like with BO or whatever, you know, I usually have like some sort of like roller thing that I've put on my wrist, like with essential oils, and my hair is typically cleansed and conditioned with natural smelling stuff. And so anyway, I took it as a compliment. And I had another visit from some friends once. They brought their teenage daughter over, and she was really taken with one of my essential oil diffusers because it has like a light show and everything that it does. And her dad, like really, like my best friend from college, so he's a really great, her husband is a really great friend. I've known him for 20 plus years as well. And he made something, you know, made a comment to his daughter, very endearing, to something to the effect like, he calls me Coog, and he says, Coog is she's our earthy, crunchy friend, you know, like, and it's like, okay, I'll take that. I don't see anything wrong with that. And I hope you think about some ways that you can maybe try to experiment with incense and essential oils if that speaks to you, or putting little scented sachets amongst your lingerie drawer, or even other drawers that you open up. Maybe you like the smell of certain herbs. Oh, she also mentioned, and this resonated with me, that you go out and get some little herb plants. I just have great memories of the smell of various herb plants. My mom had this special little garden that my dad made her where she could plant chives and other things like that, and then she used them in cooking. So I don't know, that just brings me back to being a kid and going and checking out Mom's little herb garden. So I liked that one. And I think garden centers are open right now, so you may be able to go to one of those safely. Hope you're doing well. Hope you'll share in the comments how you may be bringing some scents into your life in various ways, or even just contemplating what the scents are that you remember, or places that you go, things that you encounter, even just being aware of it, just like the color one that we had a few weeks ago. I like these ones that are making me think about stuff that I don't think of unless I'm really consciously thinking of it, right? It's all about Sarah's principles. One of them is joy. I would say that is a part of it. And actually, so it's joy, harmony, beauty, order, simplicity, and gratitude. I could say the scent one would also be like a harmonious feeling too, especially the feeling of home. So this one may be joy and harmony. Could technically be beauty, but that's more of a visual, I think. But it may be a beautiful flower or something like that you're loving. Anyway, food for thought, food for smelling. All right, love to you all. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.